So, a little over a year ago, I posted a video titled, "I hate my YouTube channel, here's what I'm changing." Now, my comment sections are filled with people who hate my YouTube channel and feel like nothing has changed. How did we get here exactly? Let's do a review of how my channel has changed over the past year, evaluate if I've followed through on the promises I made in that video, and investigate why some people are claiming that it has, quote, aged like milk. Ew. I'll tell you exactly when that run and bun video is coming out that you've all been waiting for, and we'll find out together why everyone is angry at me over a video about nuzlocke archetypes. Let's talk about 2024 was supposed to mark a big shift in my content. If I had to summarize the I hate my YouTube channel video in one sentence, it would be less YouTube videos and more streams. That's not even like a complete sentence. Well, I definitely followed through on the first part. I talk about how terrible my work ethic is, setting the expectation that this might change in 2024. But then you look at my output on this channel this year and it seems like it's worse than ever. I think another thing a lot of people took away from that video was that I was uploading too many low effort videos at the end of the month to hit my sponsor deadline. But when you look at the past year, it doesn't really feel like that has changed all that much. It's less videos than in 2023, like I said, but a lot of this is still not great. There's a lot of streamer events here that are fine, but you don't see me playing any games. There's that video about a guy teaching a neural network how to nuzlocke that's just really short and doesn't really have anything interesting to say. I said I wanted to make more high effort content I could be proud of. I talk about how I'm out of original nuzlocke content for the main channel and how I want to upload more of that in 2024. And then there's exactly one video of me nuzlocking the entire year. What the hell happened? I said that I wanted to beat the currently hardest ROM hacks, Run and Bun and Crystal Kaizo, and upload 2 feature film length videos about those runs, and I didn't. And then there's this video, the 5 nuzlocke archetypes, a clickbait 8-minute ad for a mobile game. Oh boy. So all this kind of left a lot of subscribers wondering. I did in fact stream a lot more in 2024 than I did in 2023. At least the first half of the year. Specifically, I streamed that game I mentioned earlier, Pokemon Run and Bun. And it was, by far, the hardest, most mentally draining challenge I've ever done on this channel. Oh yeah, change up your hairstyle completely in between takes. That's really smart. I think a lot of the main channel viewers here might not even know this, judging by your comments at least, but I do have a stream highlights channel called pChal Daily. And let me tell you, spring and summer of last year was a golden age for that channel. Luke did a fantastic job managing it. The streams were really exciting, some of my favorite content I've ever made, until I concluded my furthest attempt of Run and Bun at the end of August, and basically disappeared off the face of the earth. The feature film length video I talked about, I've been writing the script for that video for 6 months now, and it's finally almost ready to release. That's what most of my time has been going to, and let me tell you, I really hope it was worth it. I'm unfortunately at that point in the creative process where I think that everything I touch turns into creatively bankrupt dog shit, but everyone else working on the project has been telling me it's the best thing we've ever made. At one point, the script was 40,000 words long. I've been losing my mind out here, okay? The video will probably be about 3 hours long and will definitely be uploaded before the end of this month. The end is actually in sight now. I know where it's going. I'll make a community post with the exact upload date when I know for sure. Run and Bun has been my entire life for the past 12 months. Half a year of playing the game, half a year of making the video for it. That's the biggest reason my output has been so sporadic and inconsistent. The biggest miscalculation I made in that video a year ago was assuming I could get 2 of these monster projects done in 1 year. And this is probably why so many main channel videos this year have felt like low quality end of month sponsor deadline uploads. Because they kind of were. It's actually kind of funny to call this the main channel when so often during my process it's just kind of an afterthought. Although to be fair, I did explicitly say in my video a year ago that this would keep happening and that some of the videos would end up being not the highest quality. I just didn't expect that to apply to so many of them, I guess. Don't get me wrong, we did put effort into these videos. And in my subjective opinion, the average quality is a lot higher than in 2023. I'll continue to strive towards making these videos that pay my bills worth your time. Otherwise, they won't be paying my bills much longer. But yeah, don't expect the last minute end of month upload schedule to go anywhere anytime soon. Even as I gradually increase the average quality, they will still probably all have ads attached to them. You know, ads like this one. You see, when I'm taking random vacations instead of working on my YouTube videos like I promised, I value having a nice clean shaven look, and I bet you do too. Today's video is brought to you by my personal favorite product from longtime channel sponsor Manscaped, the Handyman. I genuinely love this thing, and I use it all the time. The Handyman is this super compact face shaver. I can easily fit this thing into my toiletry bag when I travel. In fact, I just always keep it in there when I'm home so that I never forget it for any of my trips. I bought it, put it in there, and forgot about it. And now I never have to worry about looking unshaven on trips to conventions or my family ever again. I just always have it with me. You don't even need to worry about packing a charging cable because guess what? This thing charges via USB-C, a cable you're probably bringing on your trip anyway. It's got the Manscaped skin-safe technology. I've never cut myself with this thing even once. And neither will you. That's a pChal promise. The most reliable promise of them all. But seriously, this is a simple, well-made product that fulfills a very clear niche in my hygiene routine, and I can't recommend it enough. If you need a functional, safe, and practical electric face shaver for on the go, head on over to the link in the description, manscaped.com/pChal, or use code pChal at checkout for 20% off the Handyman or any other Manscaped product. Thank you to Manscaped. Let's get back into how I phone in too many of my videos, huh? All right, let's talk about it. I'm going to do something now that's generally considered unprofessional. I'm going to give a little insight into one of my brand deals. In July of 2024, I uploaded a video titled The 5 Nuzlocke Archetypes, where initially I talk about a topic that seems pretty interesting: the different roles that Pokemon can fill, specifically in Nuzlocks. Viewers intrigued by the topic and the fucking amazing thumbnail by MagDraws, oh my god, very quickly realized that the video kept getting interrupted by me talking about the video sponsor, Zenless Zone Zero. Like, half of the video was just that, and the video itself was just 8 minutes long. People were understandably very unhappy with this. Here's how this video came to be. This video is what's known in the industry as a dedicated video, where basically the entire video is written around being an ad for the sponsor. I've actually done 2 of these videos on my main channel before, one for Genshin Impact and one for Warhammer. Why do YouTubers do these? Well, the simple truth is they pay well. Like, really well. Usually you can expect them to be worth about 5 to 10 times what a regular ad read like the one I did earlier would be worth.
Oh! They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone.
There is a good reason that people were a lot more upset about this video than they were about the Genshin or Warhammer ones. It's transparency. Look at the thumbnails and titles of these other 2. I think it's pretty obvious that this is sponsored content. Also, this is the very first line I say in the Warhammer video. This video is an ad for Warhammer 40k Darktide. I hope you guys enjoy. There is no such disclaimer on the ZZZ video. Until the point where I talk about the sponsor for the second time, the viewer has no idea that this is a dedicated ad. It's kind of a gut punch. I basically baited my viewers into watching an ad. And you can believe me on this or not, but that was not my intention. When I was writing the ZZZ video, I felt like the previous 2 dedicated videos did a very poor job at combining the sponsored content with the content people actually went to my channel for. I wanted this one to feel more like a pChal video. So I pitched the sponsor this idea for a video that compared archetypes in Nuzlocke with archetypes in Zenless Zone Zero. Because of all the run and bun I've been playing, these thoughts about strategic patterns in Nuzlocke have been on my mind for quite some time. I'd been thinking a lot about this topic anyway, and I wanted to formalize my thoughts on this archetypes idea a little bit more. Doing that in a dedicated video was a terrible idea. For these videos, the sponsor understandably wants a lot of control over the video script and structure, something that doesn't come up at all for regular ad read videos. By writing a potentially interesting script that the sponsors kept wanting to make changes on, I essentially made a product that made nobody happy. I think throughout the entire process, I fooled myself into thinking, no, this is still an interesting pChal video, just with some sponsor bits, which is why I didn't put the ad disclaimer at the start. Call it insecurity, call it ego. For some reason, I couldn't admit to myself or to my audience what I had made here, even though it was blatantly obvious. This dedicated video was no different than the ones I'd made previously, and the audience should have known that going in. I think people were also disappointed because it was a topic that genuinely interested them, and I think it felt like I had wasted it on an ad. I understand anyone who felt like I wasn't living up to expectations set in my "here's how my YouTube channel is changing for the better" video when that came out. I really missed the mark with this one, and I feel bad about it. So here's how I'm avoiding this going forward. The 5 Nuzlocke archetypes will not be the last dedicated video I make. There will probably be around one of these every year or so. However, in the future, it'll be very clear to you as the viewer if a video is a dedicated ad or not. I'll be putting a disclaimer at the start of the video again, and I'll also make a community post with a disclaimer a bit before the upload next time. With that out of the way, I think we can all admit that Let's go over some ways that I actually did change my YouTube channel for the better. I think my big rebrand from Pokemon Challenges to pChal was really successful. I love my new studio. I love the new branding and overlays and the short name. I do think there's probably still some people out there who don't know that the pChal video in their recommended feed is actually made by Pokemon Challenges, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I think I did a pretty good job completely focusing back on nuzlocke content in 2024. No more of that VGC or speedrun content that I have nothing of value to add to. I dogged a little bit on the event videos earlier, but I had a lot of fun making those. 2024 was a year where I really felt like the nuzlocke community grew together quite a bit. I already mentioned we had some really fire thumbnails this year as well. There were also 3 videos I uploaded in particular I was very happy with. My video about Caterill's Nuzlocke is my favorite reaction video I've ever made. I'm really proud of how I managed to innovate on the format, but also, man, Caterill is just so damn funny and charismatic. And this weird clash of the Nuzlocke and League of Legends community was really fun for someone who played League for like 15 years now. A Tale of 3 Nuzlocke encounters was almost a proof of concept where we really experimented with a new writing style for my Nuzlocke videos, as well as the thumbnail and title structure. I'm super glad the video did as well as it did. The title and thumbnail are not exactly good clickbait. Its performance in the algorithm reassured me that my audience actually cares about a well-written and structured video. My co-writer Jackie's writing on this thing was phenomenal, and it's part of the reason I went all in on the writing of this upcoming Run and Bun video. Where my own shift in writing really came through is my most recent Am I Still the Best Nuzlocker in the World video. Over the last 6 months, I have learned so much about my writing process, and I think it really shines through in this one. I really didn't have a lot to work with for it. It was basically just 2 streams I did for an Alpha Rat event, but judging from your comments, it seems like you really liked what we did with the script. For those that did, I think you'll have a good time with the Run and Bun video. A year ago, I also made a Patreon, and I'm actually really happy where we went with this. I made a bunch of director's commentaries for my biggest videos. I even brought on Alpha Rat to review my first reaction to him, and we just ended up talking for hours about our relationship and history.
Let's actually like sit back and analyze this now, because it is
Yes.
a mess.
That was a good sentence. Pick fire types because they're rare and useful. Cut it off there and keep watching the fucking video.
You want to know something really funny?
And moreover, I've recently been doing weekly episodes of a Sacred Gold Egg Lock where Patreon subscribers submit eggs. And man, it's been a blast. I somehow love offline recording these episodes. The idea is to give them almost a podcasty vibe where I'm just yapping the entire time, broken up with some occasional Nuzlocke gameplay.
Oh, like, hey, have you seen this? Have you heard this? This is good, blah, blah, blah. But when I'm recording like this, I can just yap for the things about the things that I really like for an hour, and I'm looking forward to that. I just want to yap about some albums today because I never get to do that without immediately getting into a 2-way discussion with my chat about music. Yeah, let me know if that's something you'd actually be interested in, me yapping about my favorite movies. Or another option that we can do is I can talk a little bit about like my behind the scenes process on the Run and Bun writing and like what the...
It almost feels like super old school pChal streams where I had no big chat to bounce off of and just riffed. Lastly, I think this kind of yearly main channel review video where I just sit here and talk to you guys while my voice dies because I have a cold is probably really healthy for our transactional relationship. This way, you have a better idea of what you're going to get, and I have a better idea of how you feel about that. Especially if you're the kind of viewer who doesn't really like my streams or pChal daily, I'll try to do one of these at least every year from now on. Speaking of communicating our feelings, to end this video, let me bore you with... I'm running out of cool angles and locations to shoot in, dude. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. It's the up and personal angle because I'm on the floor now. It's like isn't this what like the vloggers do when they get serious? Feels like I'm about to apologize for like rug pulling a meme coin or something. Buy Pilot Coin if you have the guts to the moon. For me personally, the part of I hate my YouTube channel, here's what I'm changing, that aged the worst is actually my framing of my work ethic. I am very negative towards myself and my work-life balance in that video. That's not really how I think about it anymore. My head is out of frame. Okay, I don't care to fix the camera, I'm just gonna slouch down more. Like this? No. Some cinematographer in the comment section is losing their fucking mind right now. I don't like giving myself that sort of Terrence Fletcher talk. Mostly because like it doesn't do anything except make you feel shitty about yourself. My work-life balance has always leaned towards life. And it's important that both you and I understand that. It's important that we understand that it always will. Thanks to you, my passion and drive, and above all else, a shitload of luck, I've been afforded a very comfortable position where I can choose to not work that much. I love this job. It sounds cheesy, but I really do wake up grateful literally every day, and I take this job seriously. but it is and always will be a job to me. There's other things in life that are important to me. My partner, my friends, my family, cooking, techno, TV shows, indie games, traveling, writing poetry, enjoying the limited time I have on this earth, playing League of Legends. I don't know if it's the European in me, but I've just never vibed with the grind culture that permeates most influencer spheres. I think it's taken quite a bit for me to understand that that doesn't make me worse or lazier than other creators. I'm just a different person, and that's okay. You probably don't care, but I made a lot of major improvements in my personal life this past year. I've been bouldering regularly for almost a year now. I've been reading books every day for the past 6 months, something I previously thought was impossible for me. I've almost completely stopped using social media apps in my day-to-day life, and not to be that guy, but oh my god, I'm so much happier for it. As of late, I've even been able to keep a regular sleep schedule for the first time in my entire adult life, which sounds like it should be the bare minimum for someone really pushing 30 at this point, but I don't really give a shit what you think. I'm proud of that. If you've followed my content for a while, or you know me personally, you know that that's a really big deal for me. I'm definitely not saying all this to brag or anything. These are pretty normal things. I'm just saying it to put into perspective that what you see of me here on this channel is, to you, the entire picture of me. But to me, the improvements I make in my work life are just one piece of the greater puzzle. A sentiment I see a lot when people talk about how the quality of my channel has changed is that I seem like my heart is not really in it anymore. And I think that's partially true. I think in 2021 and 2022, I was very passionate about content, making the best possible thumbnails and titles and TikToks and tweets and video concepts and grinding out more and more and more videos to get more and more viewers and more subscribers. Optimizing that process the same way I might optimize a fight in a nuzlocke. I don't mean this in a negative way towards my past self either. You can really feel that fire and bite, how much I want to make it in some of those older videos. It's really cool. I'm proud of what I did back then, but I can safely say that I'm no longer as passionate about that side of my job. I think that's why it feels like the uploads on this channel are sometimes just here to pay my bills. I mean, to a certain extent, they sometimes are, but I can assure you, I'm still plenty passionate about the other aspects of this job, and these other aspects show up in these main channel uploads as well. There's 2 parts in particular that I can assure you my heart is still fully in. Number 1 is writing. The Run and Bun video has been the most creatively fulfilling project I've ever worked on in my entire life, and I hope some of that will come through. I absolutely want to keep writing these long and epic scripts about my nuzlocke runs for as long as I'm allowed to. That being said, I'm probably never working on a video of this scope ever again, because this 6-month odyssey has cut back way too much on the second thing I'm still very passionate about. Streaming nuzlocks. It sounds ridiculous to say that's what my channel is about, but I really am still passionate about that. This one you probably only see if you watch the streams or pChal daily when I'm working on a big project, but I really love streaming so much. One of the major things I mentioned in last year's update video is streaming not being fun anymore because I hadn't done it regularly in so long. My community had become unrecognizable to me. So many of the regulars had gone, and when I would go live, it would only be new people popping in. This changed so fast when I started streaming regularly again. Those 6 months I played Run and Bun for were some of the most fun I've ever had with my community, which is why, now that the Run and Bun video is almost done, I'll be returning to regular streams with a brand new Nuzlocke project. All I want to reveal for now is there will be a lot less staring at calculators and a lot more high-octane gameplay in this one. You know, maybe that video from a year ago did age like milk. But not all aged milk becomes spoiled. Sometimes it turns into cheese.